Hello again, my name is Emily and I am the Anxious Yoga teacher and this is Small Cat. Welcome to 50 minutes of end of the day yoga. I love this class because we don't even stand up. It is fairly prop heavy. We're going to need blocks, a bolster, a strap, and a blanket. Now if you don't have those things, that's okay. I'm actually going to be using a big sack of books, pillows, a blanket, and I still have my strap, but a necktie would work just as well. The most intense posture we're going to be doing is a legs out wide and a over to the side stretch. It's really intense for me. If you start feeling really shallow breath in that posture, skip it or just fold to one side or the other and you'll get a very similar benefit. That being said, thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys later. Bye.
All right, let's get started here. Assembling all of your materials, I have my 2 blocks, a bolster, a strap, and a blanket. If you don't have those, grab some books and cans for blocks, a couch cushion or pillow for that bolster, a necktie for the strap, and a blanket. We're going to start lying on our backs. If you have any spine concerns, just lie down on your back as usual. Otherwise, we'll take a lying down fish position. To do this, place one block on the lowest setting or stack some books about that high. And then take another block and put it on the second highest setting and set it where your head will be for a pillow. The lowest block will go right underneath your shoulder blades. A good guide for this is the lower part of the books or blocks should line up with your bra strap or at the very bottom of your shoulder blades. Whenever you're ready and you find the right position, begin to lower yourself down onto the blocks, allowing your arms to open wide. If this is uncomfortable at all, simply bend the knees and roll off the blocks, push them away, and lay on your back. While you're here, begin to settle in, keeping the knees bent or allowing the legs to fall out long and wide. Arms relax open into a goalpost shape, feeling the chest open under the influence of gravity. Finally, let's find that breath. Feeling the breath move in through the nose and out through the nose, breathing through the mouth if necessary. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, feel the belly fall. Finding that connection here before we begin to breathe together. And go ahead and exhale wherever you are, let the breath go. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. And keep going with your breath, adding a number or subtracting. And feeling on the inhale a lengthening sensation. Exhale, feel your whole body relax into the ground and get heavy. Staying here or adding the arms, inhaling the arms up behind your head as if you're making snow angels. Exhale the arms down into the goalpost shape. Keep going, inhaling up. Exhale down. You're welcome to stay just in stillness if that is more comfortable for you. Taking about 2 more breaths here. After your last breath, you can keep the arms raised up overhead, interlacing the fingers behind your head and allowing the elbows to open up, stretching all of those armpit muscles, chest muscles. It's as if we never knew they were there, right? Just breathe into the chest. If this is uncomfortable, lower your arms. Take one last breath here and let it go. Allowing the arms to go down by your side, bending the knees and roll to one side. We're going to stay here on our backs, so remove any blocks or books that might be in the way so that you can lie completely on your back. Also locate your strap wherever it might be. Staying here, hugging your knees into your chest for a quick moment and setting the feet down, knees reaching towards the ceiling. Grabbing the strap in your right hand, inhaling up your right leg to the sky. Wrap the strap around the right foot and reach the foot up towards the sky. Keeping the left leg bent or releasing it long onto the ground. With every inhale, imagining the toes reaching towards your face. With every exhale, imagining your heel pressing up towards the sky. Staying here for several breaths, feeling the connection of inhale, toes towards the face. Exhale, flexing the foot, heel to the sky. Even if your toes don't move at all, that's okay. As long as we visualize this activation, it benefits us. Keep breathing, belly rise and fall. Relax the shoulders and face. 2 more breaths here. One last breath. Let it go. Bending the knee and setting the foot down. You can windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Reset on the other side. Take a breath. Inhale the left leg reaching up to the sky, using the strap for support. Inhaling the left toes toward the face. Exhale the heel reaching towards the sky, flexing the foot. The right leg can stay bent or reaching long down onto your mat. Making sure that your head and shoulders are still relaxed on the ground, or if you might have a death grip on those fingertips, see if you can release it gently, allowing the face to soften. Breathe. Taking one last deep breath in here and out. Bending the knee and setting it back down onto the ground. Windshield wipering those legs once again to release it on the other side. And whenever you're ready, begin to roll to one side and press yourself up into a seat. Now that we're transitioning to more seated postures, make sure that you have your blanket handy, blocks, pillows, and find a comfortable seat either on the blocks or your pillow or your blanket. Find something that feels the most comfortable to you, making sure your hips are higher than your knees so that there's no pressure in your low back. Find that position and find what legs works best for you. Crossed, feet together, knees out wide, legs out long. Take a moment to find out that position as well. And whenever you've found it, hands can be down on your knees for more grounding. Up for a little bit more energy. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale the sit bones into the ground. Let's connect one more time to our breath. Exhale wherever you are. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Hold. Staying here or adding the arms with your breath. Inhaling to reach up towards the sky. Exhaling to press down. Finding all those little signs of the breath. Belly rise and fall. Lengthening, pressing down, and the arm movements. And on your next inhale, keeping the arms raised up overhead,
checking to see if your shoulders are earrings, opening up the arms out wide if needed. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale the right arm down, reaching up and over, pressing the left sit bone down to anchor yourself. Take one breath in here and out. Inhale to release, back up to the sky. Exhale the left arm down, reach up and over. Exhale the right sit bone down to anchor this time. Take one breath in and one breath out. Release. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right this time. Right arm behind, left arm in front, using a block for your right hand to get a little bit more height if needed. Inhaling tall. Exhale to twist with the belly muscles over to the side. We're going to stay here for a little bit. Inhaling tall. Exhale, twist. Relax the shoulders and face. Breathing. One last breath in and out. Inhale to unwind, reaching back up to the sky. Exhale over to the left this time. Left arm behind, right arm in front, using a block behind you if needed. Inhale tall. Exhale, belly twist. See if those shoulders are up again. Breathe. Seeing how the breath moves in the belly here, especially on the exhale as you twist. One last breath. And let it go. Inhale to reach back up to the sky. Exhale the hands down into a tent. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale here. Make a fist with the right hand. Exhale the head over to the left. Breathe into the neck muscles here. If this feels nice, you can gently shake the head yes or no. Just notice what the neck has to say today. Hopefully it's all nice things, but you never know. And release. Inhale up tall. Exhale the head over to the right, making a fist with the left. Breathe. Once again, nodding and shaking the head if that feels comfortable. Moving slowly here. And release. Bringing the hands to heart center. Inhale tall. Exhale to bring the chin to chest, allowing the back of the neck to stretch out this time. Breathe. And release. Inhale the head tall. Take a few breaths here. Feeling the body after some movement. Release. Hands can come down to the knees, feet together, knees out wide. Seeing what feels most comfortable to you. Feet more in or feet more out. You can come off of your block if that's more comfortable. I prefer being on the block, but see what feels best. That being said, inhale up nice and tall. Exhale the belly button up and over to fold forward. You can either stay with a nice strong spine long, or you can round forward. See what feels best. Breathe. With every exhale, feeling your hips opening out. Noticing if there's any tension in the feet, the legs, hips, back, shoulders, right arm, left arm, or face. We're going to be staying here for a little bit longer than in most yoga practices. Because of this, our mind sometimes likes to go a lot of different places, and that's okay. If you notice your mind is going every which way, see if you can come back to your breath, to one of those signs we've talked about. Belly rise and fall, lengthening and grounding, or you can practice something called a mantra. On the inhale, think of a phrase. On the exhale, think of the phrase. For example, inhale, I am. Exhale, strong. Inhale, I am. Exhale, strong. You can find any of these phrases that works best for you. We'll be able to practice this more in our next posture. Take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, sigh it out. Forget it ever happened. Slowly begin to press yourself up. Hands come behind you. Inhale up the chest and exhale here. If you're on a block, you might want to come down for legs out wide. I like to sit on the edge of a blanket to gently tip my hips. Otherwise, you can stay seated on the ground as is. Adjusting the legs here, pulling back the flesh of the buttocks so you get good contact with your sits bones, allowing the knees to be bent if it's a little too difficult on the hamstrings to keep them long. That being said, hands come behind to inhale up the chest. And exhale, suck the belly button up and in to begin to fold forward. Using a stone hinge made out of books or blocks, or folding forward. If this is uncomfortable on the back at all, stay with your hands behind you, allowing the chest to be nice and tall and long. Breathing. If you notice any tension as you scan your body from your feet up your legs, take a deep breath in and sigh it out, imagining that place softening and letting go. As you're here, remember that you can use your mantra that you've picked out for yourself or any of our other breathing practices. That being said, be here in a few moments of silence, allowing the body to soften and the legs to let go. Keep breathing. If it feels nice and your forehead is supported, you can gently rock the head from side to side, giving yourself a forehead massage. Taking 2 last breaths here. On the last breath, take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Slowly begin to press yourself up. Hands come behind as if you're laying at the beach. Breathe here. And grabbing your books and your blocks and setting one stack behind your right knee off to the side. And bringing your elbow on top of those books, making a fist, bending over to the side and placing your head on your fist. Left hand can come to your left hip. Inhaling here. Exhale. If you like, you can reach your left arm up and over, placing it behind the head, allowing the head to recline back into your left arm as if you had a chair behind you. Breathe here into your side body, remembering to bend the knees if this is uncomfortable, or even moving out of the posture. If you notice something hanging on, try to sigh it out. This can happen in our legs, hips, or spine, or even in our shoulders. Slowly taking 2 last breaths. One last deep breath in here, and let it go. using your left hand to help reach to the side and pull yourself up. Coming back, hands come behind the chest. Take a breath before moving to the other side. Stacking the books or block on the left side this time. Placing the left elbow on your blocks, making a fist, and allowing your head to rest over to the side. Staying here with your right hand on your hip, breathing into the side, or reaching up and over. Right hand comes behind the head relaxes into the hand. Breathe. Do a scan and notice if something's hanging on, going to your mantra, or simply feeling the belly rise and fall as you breathe. Noticing if your mind has wandered away. If it has, don't judge it or chastise it. Just accept where it's been and see if you can move it back to your breath or what's happening in your body at this very moment. Going ahead and taking 2 last breaths here. One last deep breath in. Exhale, side out. And using the hand behind your head to reach out and away to pull yourself back up. And finally, hands come behind the body, open up the chest, breathe at the beach. And finally, moving on to hands and knees, making sure your blanket's handy if you need a little bit of extra cushion. Spreading the fingers out wide underneath the shoulders, knees about hip-width distance apart. Let's take some cat and cow. Inhale, look up to the sky, dip the back. Exhale, round the back, dip the chin, press the ground away. In this cat and cow, see if you can make your movements super lazy, as if you were moving through molasses, allowing you to reconnect with your body and breath, but also trying to lengthen the inhales and exhales as you move. Taking 2 more breaths here. And whenever you're ready, sending your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. Grabbing a block for your forehead if you're limiting the amount that your spine needs to round. Allowing the arms to be long in front of you or by your side. Let it all go and get heavy. If your forehead is supported on the ground or a block, gently rock it from side to side, giving yourself a forehead massage. Taking 2 more breaths here. Staying here or taking a deep breath in and walking your fingertips over to the right, relaxing the head and shoulders down once again. If you had that block underneath the forehead, you can bring it with you as well. Feeling the breath move through the side body as if your ribs were gills. And releasing, inhaling to reach back center. Exhale to move over to the other side, grabbing the block if necessary. Relax the shoulders and arms once again if needed. Breathe. And release. Inhaling back to center. Enjoy these last few moments here, really feeling the rounding of the spine. Feeling gravity help you in this posture. Wonderful. Pressing yourself back up, moving any props out of the way. before moving on to your belly. Stacking your hands underneath your forehead and windshield wiping the legs or keeping the feet on the ground. And releasing the legs and just shimmying the hips from side to side, making a note of what feels better for you and your spine. Staying here or pressing yourself up into a Sphinx position, elbows underneath shoulders, fingers spread wide, elbows about a hug's width away. Gaze can be over your nose or relaxing the head completely down. Find the breath here once you're settled. Inhaling the spine long, exhale the pubic bone into the ground. Breathe. If you notice any pinching in your low back, please come down from this posture. Notice if your shoulders are coming up by your ears. Press the ground away gently to release any of that tension. Keep breathing, feeling the belly rise and fall. Maybe the belly comes in contact with the ground as you breathe. Notice the difference in sensation to our seated postures. Taking about 2 more breaths here. One last deep breath in and out. Relaxing yourself down, stacking the hands again, and either windshield wiping the legs or shimmying the hips. Whenever you're ready, set the feet down and press yourself back up into a child's or even puppy pose. Puppy is keeping the hips over the knees and walking the arms long. See what feels best for you here. Relax the head from side to side, giving yourself a forehead massage again. One last breath, and let it go. Pressing yourself up here into a mermaid sit is how I like to call it, and grabbing your pillows or your bolster. Aligning the pillow and bolster so that it's up by your hip, your feet away from the pillow. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale to twist your belly button towards the pillow, one hand on either side to fold over. You might need a little extra height or 2 pillows. Play around with it and see what feels best. If you would like to try pigeon instead of this twist, and you're familiar with pigeon and the modifications, feel free to take it on this side. Wherever you end up, feel gravity gently pull you down, allowing the shoulders to relax, and playing around with the hand position. Sometimes it feels nice to have the palms facing towards the sky to symbolize letting go, or setting the palms down to feel more grounded. With every exhale, notice the legs begin to let go, moving up the hips and the back, shoulders, right arm, left arm, head, and face. Feeling the belly rise and fall here, maybe coming in contact with the floor or your support. See if you can not necessarily forget about the breath, but let the breath breathe itself, noticing how full it is in this twisted position or in pigeon. Keep breathing here. If your mind has wandered away, that's okay. See if it can come back to the breath and body here. Feeling the belly rise and fall, and the body heavy. Taking 2 breaths wherever you are. One last deep breath in, and let it go. Slowly begin to press yourself up, and take a breath here. Finally, moving to the other side, and not being in any rush or any hurry. We have nowhere to be right now. And thinking about every movement that needs to happen in order to get to the other side. Setting up the bolster long, switching the feet. One hand on either side of the bolster. Inhale tall. Exhale belly button up and in to fold. Or taking pigeon on this side. Settle in wherever you are and begin to feel gravity take over. Feeling your legs get heavier. Hips heavier. All the way up the spine, the chest, the right arm, left arm, and the head, and the face. Maybe taking a deep breath in and sighing it out, really surrendering to this posture, allowing the hands to be down from where grounding, up as a symbol of letting go, or a little bit more energy. Wherever you are, notice where the breath is. And remember, you can return back to your mantra if that was helpful at the beginning of class. Especially if you're in pigeon, a mantra might really suit you here. Keep breathing. Noticing if your breath is wandered away from you or if you need to readjust. Noticing the mind and seeing if it's run away somewhere. Gently bringing it back to the body and the sensations you're experiencing here. Slowly deepening the inhales and deepening the exhales. Noticing your body here one last time. Sinking and letting go. And finally, taking 2 last breaths here. One last deep breath in and sigh it out. Take as long as you need here. There is no rush. Whenever you're ready, you can gently begin to press yourself back up. Remember, we're in no rush to get anywhere today. When you're upright, take a breath here. And let it go. Move all the props out of the way. And we have an option to take legs up a wall. If that is where you're wanting to end up in final relaxation pose, or even just for that posture with an actual wall, you can begin to move your mat over to a clear space next to a wall. If you don't have a wall space, that's okay. I will give you a modification using blocks as well. That being said, let's find our place onto our back when we're ready. Bringing the knees into the chest and rolling around. Keeping the right knee in towards the chest. Slowly release the left leg down onto the ground, making sure the head and shoulders are relaxed. Bringing the right knee more towards the armpit rather than the center of the chest, and holding here, imagining someone gently pulling the left leg long. Breathe. One last breath here, and release. Left leg comes in, right leg reaches long. Bring the left knee more towards your armpit rather than the center of your chest. Imagine someone gently pulling the right leg long onto the ground. Letting gravity relax you here. Taking one last breath here. And letting it go. Bringing those knees one last time into your chest and roll around. Setting the feet down. Two options of postures here, both will start the same way. Taking a breath here first. Inhaling the right leg to reach up to the sky, right ankle over the left knee. With every exhale, imagining the right hip opening up with the breath. Staying here, or gently bring the left leg in to give your right hip a little bit more of a stretch, making sure the head and the shoulders are still relaxed. If you took pigeon earlier, your hips may not want this extra stretch. If that is the case, set the left foot down and topple the legs over to the left. Maybe grabbing the foot with your left hand, but it's not necessary. Imagining the right knee reaching towards the back of the room. Wherever you are, either in this toppled position or a figure four stretch, imagining the right hip being massaged out with the exhale. Feeling the belly rise and fall here, and noticing the breath get slower. One last deep breath in, and let it go. Unwinding and setting both feet back down onto the ground. Windshield wiping the legs from side to side before moving to the other side. Setting the feet down, arms long, take a breath. Inhale the left leg up to the sky, left ankle over right knee. Staying here, imagining the left hip opening up with every exhale, or bringing the right leg in using the arms. Relaxing the head and shoulders. If you want to take the other posture, setting the right foot down, toppling over to the right, and imagining the left knee reaching towards the back of the room. Maybe you grab that foot with your right hand. Wherever you are, imagining the breath massaging out your left hip with every exhale. Feel the belly rise and fall here, and notice the breath get even slower. Maybe the heart rate even slows down. Coming back to the breath if the mind has wandered away. And feeling the body get heavier and heavier one last time. Taking 2 last breaths. And release when you're ready. Bringing the knees back into the chest and hugging them in, rolling around. Setting the feet down and taking a breath, noticing your hips here. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And whenever your legs are on the right this time, stack the knees, allowing the chest to stay as open as possible. Placing a block underneath your knees or in between them. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, roll completely over to the right side. Bring your knees more towards in your chest and peel open the chest once again. If this is hard on your spine, feel free to skip this posture. Exhale to let it all go. Feeling gravity do the work here. Noticing how your breath breathes itself. If your mind has wandered away, that's okay. Bring it back one more time. And taking 2 more breaths here. One last deep breath in and let it go. To come out of this posture, bringing one knee up and then the other, windshield wiper the legs, and letting the knees fall to the left, allowing the chest to remain open. If you need a little bit more, roll completely over to your left, bring your knees more into your chest, and peel open the chest once again. Letting gravity take you once again. Noticing if you're holding on to anything. Allowing the feet, the legs, hips, and the back to relax into the weight of gravity here. Breathing. Bringing the mind back once again. Taking 2 last breaths here. One last deep breath in and sigh it out. Bringing the knees back up one at a time. Windshield wipering here. Giving yourself a hug if that feels comfortable. And setting the legs back down. Finally, preparing for legs up a wall. Either staying here and grabbing a block or some books, placing the block underneath the triangular bone at the low base of the spine. This is called the sacrum. Lifting up the legs. This shouldn't be too much effort on the legs. If it is, adjust the block as necessary so that the legs stay up rather easily. If this is not the case, adjust the block as necessary. If you do want to use the wall, sit up and bring one hip up against the wall. Swing the legs up the wall and lower yourself down. If this is a lot going on, just reach the legs up to the wall. If you are suffering from glaucoma or higher eye pressures, skip legs up a wall because it might aggravate your condition. Instead, find a comfortable lying down position. Wherever you are, feel gravity begin to take you. Noticing how the spine is relaxed here on the ground, letting everything melt and get heavy. If your legs are reaching towards the sky, feeling the energy slowly move from the feet, down the legs, hips, and the belly. Sometimes it's nice to imagine your legs are the rocks of a wonderful waterfall, the water cascading over the legs and pooling in your belly. If at any time this posture becomes uncomfortable, move out of it by bending your knees and rolling off to the side. Otherwise, stay here for as long as it feels comfortable to you. I will tell you to move into a final relaxation posture in a few moments, so you're welcome to move then or stay exactly where you are. Slowly begin to feel your breath again. You're welcome to stay here or bend your knees and lower down to find a final relaxation posture. If you have the block underneath the sacrum, lift your hips and lower down. Final relaxation posture can be a pillow underneath the knees, lying in child's pose, a twist, or whatever posture speaks to you the most. Find somewhere that's comfortable, safe, warm, maybe covering up with a blanket even. Once you've found the place, remember that you can move around and fidget as much as you need to. With that being said, go ahead and let it all go. Once again, feeling the body heavy, as if you were sinking into warm sand. Letting the legs let go. The whole body let go. And finally, the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And the space in between the eyebrows lets go. You are welcome to stay here in final relaxation for as long as you like. Just be here with your breath. Slowly, beginning to deepen the inhales, deepening the exhales, becoming aware of your body here in this space. When it feels right, slowly begin to wiggle fingers and toes. And finally, taking a full body stretch when it feels right. Letting the arms and legs go, bending the knees to prepare to roll to one side. While you're here on your side, thank yourself for coming out onto your mat, for taking time for you. Seal it in with a breath. Keeping your eyes closed or soft as best you can. Come to an easy seated position, not caring too much what it looks like, just getting somewhere comfortable. And whenever you're here, hands can be down on the knees for more grounding, up for a little bit more energy. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale the crown of the head tall. Breathe. To close out class, we're going to take some deep cleansing breaths. That's a deep inhale and a deep sigh out. If you like, you can take the mantra that you used earlier in the practice and repeat it here in your mind to close out this class. Go ahead and exhale wherever you are, let it go. Inhale. Sigh it out, let it go. Few more. Inhale. Let it go. Last one. And let it go. Breathe normally. Bringing your hands to the center of your chest. And I leave you with this. May you all be safe and free from suffering, happy and healthy. May you have ease of being. Thank you so much for taking class with me today. And I'll see you next time.